No, now giving access to you.
Okay.
So make a host, yes.
Okay.
So please
Share
share the screen.
my
Yeah,
screen. Share.
yeah, go ahead.
So, yeah. So this is the one. Oh, this is best. Okay.
Mhm,
Mm, so I did as per
mhm.
your whatever you said yesterday. I did give the relation between these two, insurance policy and customer payments. But what would the relation be? I mean, will it be like master and detail, or I really didn't understand what will it be.
See, master and detail when you're using it, maximum you can use two times. If the customer payment somewhere is a detail, now somewhere it could be again a master or it could be again a detail.
Yeah,
So maximum
yeah,
two times you can use it. So
yeah,
think through that scenario. Okay, only two times I can use it. Now how do I use it effectively? Now for where it makes more sense for us. So if you think that I think that will solve the problem. Otherwise, majority places will be using lookup only. So we have to be get used to with lookup. Think about it is 2 is to 48. We out of 50 relationships, only two you can use the master leaf thing. Rest of the 48 is our different types of lookups, right? So
mm-hmm.
lookups we have to use effectively. In a very strict
Okay.
relationship only we can get the master detail. You got that right?
Yeah.
Relationship fields you can create up to 50 they're saying as a limit. Now out of that two only we can use it for each every object. Then after the 48 we have all we have lookup only. So
Yeah.
lookup relationship, I think we can use it effectively. Master details very strict relationship. Yes, I want to control them, completely. Then you can use them like a post and their feeds and post and their comments. They are strictly maintained. I mean, if there's no post required, there's no comment also required to us. So in that case, I
Mm.
can be so stricter to them. I delete this, you also vanish. But in this case, if you are trying to delete an insurance policy or delete a insurance policy, I should not delete a company, sorry, customer payments. If you delete the insurance policy also, I should not delete the payments associated to it. So what you can do is you can make a lookup relationship, say that, boss, I cannot delete your child record. Go, you delete first child record, then I'll delete the parent record, which is fine.
Okay.
We're not making 100% as master detail, but we're just replicating some scenario of a master detail, but we're not deleting the record. We're saying that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you go,
Inactivate.
I'm saying that you don't delete this. You go delete the first child record, then come to the parent record. That way we're saying it. We're saying other way.
Mm.
Deleting a master, deleting a detail is something that it is so tight relationship there. So here in a required lookup, what I'm trying to do is go delete the child first, then come delete this parent record.
Okay.
This is the other way, right? So if
Yeah,
you want
yeah, yeah.
to strictly delete this guy, go delete the child, all the child you delete it, then you delete the parent. So it is the other way of a master detail only. And moreover, in a master detail relationship, you need to choose your parent. Of course, in the lookup which we're making stricter also, we need to choose our parent. Without we cannot have a null value. So if you delete the record, it will not allow you to delete. Why? Because it says it is reference somewhere. First delete the reference I'm saying. In a master detail, we don't care about the references. We one deleted, the child is also deleted. So that's a simple difference you see between the required lookup and a master detail. What I mean by required lookup, I'm saying that particular field you're making as required. Any child record must choose the parent record that you're making as required in the lookup.
Hmm.
Getting?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
if you leave them as a blank, then we have to get the pain because they are orphan
Yeah.
records we know around.
Okay. I understood. But this is the diagram. Is it okay, or do you even want the fields inside it? Because I thought of adding
No,
fields
whatever you
inside.
draw is here fine. You can have one or two fields also is fine. So final input results is end of the result. You should have a Salesforce schema how we have. If you
Oh
go to
yeah, yeah.
object manager schema, that I'm expecting that. So this is something you and me we are plotting it. And what is end result? So there we have the actual fields and other stuff, connections all we have there.
Okay. Okay. Sure. I'll do
So
that.
now you're saying car sold, customer contacts. Okay. Again, one conductors can have a cars for sale, and that guy can car for sold. They prove of a payment. Okay, it's the same. So now what you do is you try to do all this objects creations, all the stuff you do, and
Hmm.
then plot me in the ERO diagram in the schema builder.
Okay.
So then that snapshot you put into the PPT. So it will
Okay,
be like
sure.
real time that you have done in a Salesforce. It is
Hmm.
direct to that
Okay.
approach. So if you don't do that, it will be like idea you presented in the PPT. If you already done with the schema builder, okay, that is something that really have built it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So any other questions in this your
I think I'm
conception?
good.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you. I will now give you. How can I make you host?
Choose participants, and then you see my name,
Yeah.
and then right click on that, and then make host.
Make host. Change host.
So Jamsil, we're gonna talk about your topic today.
Okay.
So I'm out now. Let me try to share. Hey Sandeep.
Hey, Kant, everyone.
Oh, since so far I was admitting, then come. So I didn't see you. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Now let me. Okay, firstly we have to see Jamsil's. Jamsil, if you have sent an email, can you share that in the chat under here right away?
Yeah, let me send you the link. I think of the three car sales already, Tushira took it up. Let me do, I'll do the blood bank one.
Blood bank. Mhm. It's a nice one only. So in my engineering college, for a mini project, I was doing this blood bank.
Oh, I did not work in any health field side, so I thought, okay, let me do this one.
Mhm. Okay, nice one. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Mm. Again, blood bank staff, honors, donations, medications.
I don't know why the religion code is there.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
That was- we don't want that.
Religion blood only they take. I thought
That's
it's a
so
A positive.
strange. That's so weird. Must be
Yeah.
made in our country itself.
This database answer is not Indian
Not the
website.
answers, like the contributors maybe.
Mm. See this guy, data model for blood banks, Barry Williams, database answer.org, December 2010.
We'll go check with it.
Boss, what is this? You're running religious to blood bank. Any other case, it's fine, but blood bank is too much.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, now, mm, see, donors and the staff are the key people here who are users.
Okay.
So they're trying to do on a blood bank. Let me check whether I have done any blood bank. Let's see. Because already I would have been thought about it and I've what do you say, fine-tuned things if it is already done. Now this should not get me. Um, it shows recent count of Tushira. You have sent me blood bank
Yeah, that was
link.
one of my choice.
Oh,
I think mine and Jamson's are pretty same.
Thought process probably.
Yeah.
What is this? This is in 2011. Look at this. I told you.
Mm.
Somewhere in Tremont College. Let's see. But this is done something in PHP. What is Build Bank? Someone has taken. In this past 30 plus batches, someone has taken Build Bank. Mhm. Okay, we'll leave it. So we'll just get into the new mode. Okay. So we have a donors, we have a staffs, and then we have donations. So I'm thinking from where it starts.
I only know of donors and blood type. That's the two things I can narrate. After that, I have no idea what are the other things.
Mhm.
I think the donors can be the customers or the one who takes blood from the donors.
Okay, now let's start this way. So why a staff should be here? Staff works for the
Blood bank.
Blood bank.
blood bank. Very good. Staff work for a blood bank. So now the blood bank is basically my account. Why? Blood banks are the individual, let's say, kind of hospitals or a banks which is running in. So they have the parent banks also, parent blood banks. For example, if I say in Bangalore, so I may have a Karnataka as my key source for, let's say, Lions Blood Bank groups. So Lion Blood Bank group is the organization which is running, which let's say in Karnataka we have. So they have different districts. They have all the blood banks being placed. Let's say in Bangalore and Mysore and so on. They're all 20 plus states, districts. They would have been having a different branches. Now these guys will become accounts. Okay? Blood bank itself becomes an account. So blood bank have their own addresses. So blood bank has their staffs. Blood bank has their donors.
Mm.
Correct. Of course, for every region I can have my own. How would I say? Like how we have dealt with the restaurants. Getting how we dealt
Yeah.
with restaurants. The same way we can have here also. The restaurants, what it had is restaurant. We have a restaurant name, and then we did, and then parent restaurant. So something like we choose for Hyderabad for India as a parent. For Hyderabad Kukatpalli, Hyderabad is the parent. So we have somewhere a hierarchy we have present, right? So
Yeah.
now the blood banks are we will have a hierarchical structure. So who is your headquarters? So who are the other other banks are reporting to you? So like this, those they are the accounts.
Mm.
In this case, your contacts would become your staffs or donors. Contact type when you create contact type, what is this a staff? So your staff information would be there. Contact type
Mm.
is what donor. So then you have donors information for the respective facility. You getting?
Yeah.
Let me put this. I don't know what happened. My file all got crashed. I have to see through the latest updates what I'm trying to do for your notes. The previous notes are got vanished. Something I've put into drive and few things I have to while seeing the videos I have to type again and I have to add back to the drive sheet. But because it's not opening. It says all null something like this. I'm getting. Anyway, so at least few things I've pasted in the drive so that I can copy back. Now, okay, for you, batch 33 here, what we're trying to do is for jumps in. So you're pretty sure on the blood bank, right?
Yeah.
Now you have to come up with the name of the bank, logo, all that you have to be prepared with the application.
Okay.
Anyway, now, so what I'm just giving you is account could be your uh, blood bank.
Okay.
So you can rename to the account to a blood bank also. So whatever it is, as you wish. Blood bank branches, whatever the name. Account. Some people change it to branch, blood bank branch, or simply call it branches.
So this will be like a standard object.
Stand of this account, you can have a branch. So branch is is it a headquarter branch or it is a local branch, whatever you can talk to it. So branch accounts, like say branches. So you can call as blood bank branch, whatever the name you can keep it. It all depends on you. How do you want to name it? Blood bank
Okay.
branch. Now this is the one we are trying to set here. Now under this we have contacts. So I think majority would you would get into a standard object only.
Mm.
You can drive them as completely custom object, but
Mm.
the type intact would miss it out. For a contact, I think you have a record type. So in the record type, so we choose them as two things. So one is staff. So as admin fields which is related to staff to the record type of staff, and then one more we have called as donor.
Donor. Okay.
So you can create a staff separately for contact also, and you can create a separate object called donor also, and add
Mm.
node to the account also. That is also fine.
Mm.
But if you make simple use of the contact as in record types, that will be still more easy because
Okay.
while creating a contact itself, who we are. So you are a staff or a donor.
Donor.
So staff means you are enrolled for this company. Then you're a donor. Then I need to keep track of your informations. By that way,
Oh.
it reduces to create as many fields for you.
Okay.
Because for this guy also you need address, email, phone, fly, whatever. For this guy
Mm-hmm.
also you need email and address and the type of the blood groups. So what additionally will be for the donors is, so we will take his information like which blood type or something. How ideally we have for a blood group which get a classifier, right? The same thing you can put it here. So which blood group you are. So so uh, recent any times you have been past 3 months anywhere you have donated the blood, something like this notes you can take it. What was the last recent date that you have donated the blood? So these are the
Mm.
basic key points for donors. We can ask this,
Okay.
but that you cannot ask for a staff. Staff is actually is helping us out, and his designation something if you put it will be good enough. His title or designations will help out. So for donors, we don't even require that is what is the designations or other stuff, but at least we'll get to know his address, blood type, what is his recent activity on the blood donating things, and so how much weight, height is all is about. That is all will help out because if he's healthy, then the abilities would be healthy of the blood that you're getting. So, so those things you can add to the contact side. So account contacts we have. Hmm. So I think a staff, blood banks, donors, all these three things got sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
So if you feel that hey no I'm willing to keep it separately, then rename this contact to a staff. Still fine.
Okay.
Keep the donors separately.
Mm-hmm.
So your blood bank when you see it, it should be looks like though it is a custom. So though it is a standard objects, but still you can have a custom approach. So it is all your wish. I'm just giving options to you. So contact only can have to your company related staff you're keeping it. and a donor, you're separately creating a custom object.
Mhm.
Custom object. But this is parent of. It is linking to account or blood bank. Blood bank branch, whatever you call.
Okay.
So he's a child.
Okay.
So if you're missing that, hey, my custom objects are missing, then don't need to have any record time. So whatever I said is keep the same thing. For donors, I require all the blood type, all the related stuff that you want to keep, create the fields here. So contact, rename it to staffs. All staff related informations you can have here. So his designation is important. His designation is important, and so you can have his qualifications and year of experience. You can convert the contact into a staff type of an object, right? So then in that case, data type is not required.
Okay.
Fine. At least few things you would know. At least few things you'll get to know some custom object you're using it here. Or
Right.
everything would be done with the
Standard object.
standard objects only. Of course, we can get that model there, but the punch of custom you would miss it. No problem. So change this way. So while looking at your diagram, it should be like blood bank, staff, donor, like that only.
Right.
Maybe our application should look so. Okay, we are typically getting into a blood bank application type. Okay, three things we are connected now. Okay. Now there's a lesson learned with that. It's okay, fine. Now donations. Donors we know, but when he got donated to war, to whom? So that we need to know, right? As the donor, I know his information, but where and
Right.
all is donating? Who knows?
Mhm.
So we should be donate donor should be registered with some bank. So is keep often donating to that particular bank. Get it? So look at this. This I have the conditions, medical conditions, condition name, description, other details. So if you have
Mhm.
some conditions that you have to mention here. Okay, fine. And donor ID, condition code. Hmm.
So medical conditions and donor medical conditions, can't we have that in single?
Yeah, that they are having a pick list.
Okay.
Simply people will try to elaborate too many things here. Donor medications you see on the top side.
Yeah.
What are the medications that were given there? Okay. Now donor will act like a parent to two peoples. That is again very good only. Why? Because donor medications we need to know. What are the so far medications we have given?
Mm.
Donor medication and donor. What is that? Medical condition. This is also good. So why we're talking about this is medication is a child object of donor.
Hmm.
So this guy is child and you're pointing to donor because it is all donor and related informations, right?
Right.
So you will fall under the donor side. This is all custom object only. So again, this guy is donor. So you can use the same field. So club them of saying that what is the recent medications I'm giving it, description and other details. That's enough. And directly
Hmm.
point it to donors. Same medical
Okay.
condition also. So his condition name, description, and directly point it to donors. Why? Because one donor can have many medical conditions. One donor can have many medical medications they would have given to him.
Right.
It is not one time; it is many times they would have given to him. So now, while I'm checking out the donors, I can see what is the recent medications that we have followed to him, or what is the recent medical condition that this guy had it. So we'll compare and
Hmm.
then we say that this guy is eligible. No, don't need the blood. However, if I go to donor, I'll get all this information.
So when we're discussing right now, I see only one-to-many relationship or master detail. Many-to-many relationship. What is the example for many-to-many relationship in this
Yeah, we'll do it.
diagram?
We'll do it. Donors when he's registering for some blank, no? So there we get many to many.
Okay.
Let's see that. I'm just trying to figure out because here many to many relationship, couple of lines they've drawn, but ideally will it be the real case?
All right.
That is just that's what he was choosing here. See, addresses is something that he references in many places, but that doesn't mean that we are using address at all. So that is also skipped. Religions also skipped. Medication, many got skipped here.
It is like it is becoming very simple diagram, I feel.
Yeah, very simple. No, we'll get into a different mode. So when it is getting simple, then we have to add on few things.
Okay.
But this we are clear, right? However,
Yeah.
this is one to many only. Donor is one, and many medications, many medical conditions we can have. So this is one to many. Account has branches, and account can have many contacts. This is again one to many. So one to many we can see here. So you can make this donors and the medications or donor and medical conditions also to be having a somewhere as master data you can keep it. Ideally,
Yeah.
donor is something I expect as a user, so it
Hmm.
should be ideally a contact. So since for your diagram is like little basic thing, so we can have it. It's okay, fine. Why? Because tomorrow user can log in to a portal and then you can check. For that, always we need to have account and contact. I told you
Hmm.
contact can be converted to user in community portals. So that
Hmm.
way, if I am a donor, I will log into my Lion Club's portal and check to whom I have donated, to what I have donated. So when was my last donation happened? All this I can do. I'll not keep check of myself.
Hmm.
So for that, account contact is important. So that is the reason I was asking you. Contact could be a type of two things, either a
Hmm.
staff or a
Staff
donor.
or the donor.
Staff also can the log in; they can have their own personal information. A donor
Right.
also can log in and check his own personal information.
Hmm.
So account contact only is always an important stuff for communities. But ideally for this, we not implement any community. Still, it's fine. So donor, we are resuming it. So this guy is having medications and medical conditions. I'll be checking it. So now where we put the registration, I want to have a donor registration. To one of the donor child and medications, you can have master title. To other guy, you can give as a strict lookup relationship, like say required.
Hmm.
So you can have all this. So make sure you are using all of the options.
Right.
And then donor registry, donor registration. So our donor registration or donor enrollment, you say something. So we're gonna keep it to respective banks. This donor we are registering to a bank because the same donor can be registered to multiple banks.
Yeah.
So always I cannot go to refer to only one bank. Tomorrow I'll
Hmm.
gonna plug the connections out and then I go to different bank. No, I have flexibility to go around different banks and do a donation. So that way I'm trying to register to as many branches. Today if I give in Bangalore and tomorrow if I go to Mysore, so all the way my Bangalore account connections plug up and then give it to Mysore. No, my history would be there in Bangalore. Now I'm doing it with Mysore. So that means what I am trying to register to the respective bank and I'm doing the work there. Anytime I can come back to the Bangalore, I can see my status there. So I cannot keep moving, taking of the things from one bank to and giving there. You getting?
Yeah.
So if you are referred to me, so today okay, I referred you. You are connecting with me. Tomorrow, if someone referred you, so you're going there. That doesn't mean that you'll forget me. Hey, my reference is already altogether changed. I don't even remember you. You can't say that. So my existing references would always be there.
The-
So that is what I'm saying. So we'll have a register object in the between. So we'll try to register this guy.
Okay.
So donor will register to a bank. So donor registration, however you can call, donor enroll, donor enrollment. So donor enrollment is an object which connects to um, between donor to bank. So donor enrollment is the junction object. So between how? Between donor to donor enrollment to and the branch. So donor always registers to a branch. Getting?
Okay.
So this is the junction. Getting?
Yeah.
So to, for example, So I am trying to enroll to a branch. So let's say this is Mysore, and so my name would be here, and my details would be here because you chosen my name. And then branch is Mysore branch. So same guy, I can again enroll to Bangalore again. So my details will be there. So that way, if I just go to the enrollment, donor enrollment, I can keep referencing to this guy. This guy referenced in 5 places. So he's donating in 5 different places. Getting?
Yeah.
Look at this. This is a branch. This is a branch. So same guy. Now if you go to Mysore also, you can see this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. If you go to Mysore also, you can see the enrollment. If you go to Kant also, you can see this enrollment.
Mm.
Because it is ideally, this guy is the child of both, right? The same guy would reference in even in the donor table, even in the branch table. So enrollment would be there available in donor table also, in a branch table also. So that's the reason we say Jesus junction or
Okay.
many-to-many relationship. So this become many-to-many, and in many of the cases is one-to-many. This is again, this is one-to-many. So it depends on which you want to choose, master detail all you choose it, and this is also one-to-many. So one-to-one. So one-to-one where you can have is you are referring some person as a donor. Self lookup you can give to a donor. Self lookup you can give to a contact. Already, already, we have one-to-one here. Account and a parent account.
Right.
So there itself we are having a self lookup relationship. Self lookup here. Correct? It's basically serving one-to-one. Correct?
Can you explain little bit about this account and parent account as self lookup? I did not understand that very clearly.
Okay. Did you understand the branch concept?
Yeah, that I got it.
So now, if I just go to a bank
Mm-hmm.
and I say to any bank, um, it's not about how I give an example. So let's say your previous organization that you're working on. So where was the branch? Just the previous organization which you worked on, maybe
Right.
US or India, wherever.
Mm.
Where was your branch?
Okay. It was okay. It's McLean.
Okay. So do they have their that is the only branch around the world, or they do have their have headquarters also?
Yeah, I was in headquarters. Yeah, they have other locations as well.
So you directly worked in headquarters. Then, let's say if you worked in sub branches somewhere in other locations, maybe Texas or somewhere you worked. So your parent organization, I mean, whatever it is, your branch headquarters in the let's say in McLean. Now, all the other child records or whoever the branches are, everyone is reporting to their own parent, right? If the nearest small or the nearest what is it, sub branch is something like Texas, if I say McLean is in headquarters. Okay, if that example doesn't make sense, we will talk something about a simple one. Um, this example we given are restaurant applications.
Okay.
Hyderabad. Hyderabad is the branch which I said, and on top of that we had a Telangana. Anyway, we know this is an hierarchy, so something like this Kokatpalli. Okay, I don't report directly to Telangana.
Mm-hmm.
I report to my nearest guy is Hyderabad.
Right.
So always I see only one parent to me.
Right.
If I just go from here to this parent, this parent to this parent, this parent to somewhere India. Getting again for India, if you can go, you can see from India level, then again comes US. Why? Because it's a US branch headquartered in US. But our you see, for every each an account, only one parent account you can see. Getting
Yeah,
only one parent only I can see, no? For
right.
Kukatpalli, who is my nearest parent, is Hyderabad. Again, for this guy, if I go, he'll be this. If I go here, he will be this. For each and every standing account, if I'm standing at Telangana, then my parent is India. If I'm standing at US, that is the headquarters. No more any parent for me.
Mhm.
If I'm standing at Kukatpalli, Hyderabad is my parent. So here it is. This is says 1-to-1.
Yeah, 1-to-1. Yeah.
Yeah. In other case, which I'm saying, self-lookup relationship, wherever I'm saying referral. You are referring to someone, right?
Yeah.
So while referring to someone, let's say you are a student, referring to same student table only again. See, end of the day, which you talk account or a parent account, all it is an account only. You
Yeah.
getting
Mm-hmm.
simple account object only. We are just making them as a parent. Same record, you are just looping to another record, looping to another record. But ideally, they are itself they are an account object. Same way here also.
Okay. Okay. So
So
I just understood this way. I think I got it. So employees, right? If there are employees in a company, then there are different profiles for the employees.
yeah,
And under the hood, they are all employees. So that is like a parent account, and the employees are the accounts, different
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
profiles
So
under the.
you are a user, you are an employee, you are reporting to a manager. Manager is
Okay. Okay. That confuses me. Like,
in
okay.
hierarchy. When you say hierarchy also, so again, one guy is referencing another guy is
Right.
referencing another guy. So in
Yes.
every place when you stand, you have your own the immediate manager.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that way it is 1-to-1, you know. You can't
Yeah.
jump to all to the 5 levels and say he is my manager. So that never
Right.
happens. My near report is so I'm just reporting to my manager. My manager reporting to his manager. So that way, all if you see all there are only one symbol table. Just have the reference to the same table again and again. So that's the reason you see self lookup relationship. Well, in account, if you see there's a point, it's just pointing to the same table. Basically, they are parent account. An account itself, you refers on another account. My relationship will not go to from one table to another table. It will loop back to the same table. No?
Yeah.
So that way, here 1-to-1 also we solved, one to many also we solved, many to many also we solved.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're good here. So what else is pending here? So he's getting registered. Staff is getting registered. Staff won't work in multiple things. So he's just transfer from one place to another place. Donors
Mm.
can't transfer from one place to another place. He can register anywhere. He can do die whatever he wants.
Right.
But staff is just like transfer from one place to another place because he's the one. He works for only for one place. He can't work for multiple place.
Yeah.
But donors can. The ideal way of donors is not to be represented in one area. They can keep move around.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think this is the max we have in this diagram. Okay. Um, so the other batch, I think we are almost on to the stage of end. So by Sunday, I think we should be covered up. So then I will effectively take 1.5 hour session for this. I know we have been a little lagging here. It's not kind of lagging, but still we are choosing our own what is individual projects that we're going to work on, which is a key point for us. So
Yeah.
now,
And I personally felt like the Battleship app,
mhm,
it actually gives like how does an app actually start and how do you build it? That
yes,
gives little bit in depth.
at least now for Kickstarter, it's easy
I've
for us.
not completed all the way. I've not completed all the way, but I've done like 40%, but that is really helpful
No, no, I'm
if
recommending
you
to
guys have
everyone
on
who are in
time.
the batch. That's the reason I just given for a prerequisite to a Battleship application.
Yeah.
So at least you will get to know from where to connect, and are we onto the right track? At least tomorrow you're working on this application. In order to verify something, you can go to Battle and then check. Hey, okay, this is how the connection has been given, and this is how the layout has been brought up. So we need to have some references, and the references is found by yourself. It is still more added value Rather, I'm saying to you, if you selfify, you'll remember for days.
Right.
So that's the reason I just kept as a pre-request for it. So if Tushira or I think Sandeep would have done it, no? So if you're not done, please don't do it. Sandeep, I don't know how many 5-6 applications you have created. I think.
Okay, I didn't do that.
So I don't know. So the moment I completed the developer class, then I'll ask your progress separately to you. So what's going on?
Yeah.
Anyway,
So Khan, from Monday onwards, will the class be a little bit early?
yes.
Okay.
So we will be jumping to 7 o'clock batch, and so I can take at least effectively 1.5 to 2 hours. 7 to 9 I can easily focus on, or 7 to 8:30 easily we can do it because one day we cannot push too many things. If you feel we can go 1.5 hour to 2 hours. So Sandeep, you're okay with this plan, right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
So I'll just put up a roadmap where we are and how do we do it.
And Khan, before you forget, can you please send those notes, what you did?
Yeah, I should send it now. This became a pain for me. Look at this. If someday you see null, crazy. I'm just sending him email directly to you. So I think the terms that you see here, a couple of them are known terms, right? Where someone says master data lookup, sectional lookup, and data lookup. Did you guys went to that external source which I explained?
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So then I think we have. You just keep seeing our syllabus. This no term should be that known thing, unknown thing. Because if you see any other trade leads, based on this only sub branches would be no topics would be present. So I should start on this from this chapter number 9. Now to all your applications, what I recommend is, so till now you guys are doing as an application part, maybe as dealing as an application, you're trying to connect with your customers or doing all the stuff, but nowhere your services came in picture. Nowhere your services came in picture. Tomorrow, if the donors ask you a question saying that I have did this to my, no respective to some donors, I have given this email, final email or whatever, and I want to know specifically where it is used. This service request came from the donor. Then now, as being a blood bank, you guys have to responsibly tell him that where it is used, how it is used. This is a query which just came in. So whichever the query is asked by any donors or any staffs, so those all converted to case or tickets, whatever you call, or incidents, all are same name. So like this to each and every applications which you guys are building, if you don't see any ER diagram for a case, you need to get the service cloud here because we need to implement service. So we may directly post in our portals like something called FAQs, knowledge articles, FAQs, articles. So many of the articles you see, right? When you do a query in Salesforce, so already some people would have posted something in the written in blog also. Sometimes they Salesforce only they put up articles saying that if you do this XYZ, this is how the results would be. So these all are service requests where they can't raise a separate channel for support you. If there's too many people are asking the same question, then I can put into an articles. People can refer to that step by step and they can solve the problem. So that is the ideal way of understanding the service cloud. So we have to use in our application the service cloud concepts. So when we jump into 9 chapters, so I'll be telling how to use effectively the case and web case and how to manage queues. So this also would be in your project for sure. Sales and other stuff, whether I don't know whether you're going to create an opportunity or a product management, but if you're not belonging to the sales cloud or marketing cloud, your service cloud would be there for sure. Without a service, no company would sustain. So service is very important for so one in three projects service cloud will be there. Or let's say 10 projects, you take at least 3 projects to 4 projects, service cloud will be there. Look at the majority. So service cloud is so important to understand um, in terms of how do we service to a customer. It will be a topic of service cloud, but there will be too much of advanced saying that Einstein bot and we are no doing a live agent stuff, whatever the topic under, but still that is a service cloud, which I recommend to have in your applications. Let me send you. So from tomorrow, I'll take on to the ninth chapter. So I think now we are good with individual applications, right? So no, if you have any questions on to the topic, you can send me an email and you can chat to me in WhatsApp to the group so we can respond to back. First, every day, 10 minutes will count on to the project side. What is the progress? Just like a note, how we take a Scrum call type, we do it, and then we'll proceed to our turn, what is it, learning stuff. Is it
Okay.
fine?
Okay.
We're just not going to spend much, only 10 minutes. So individually, what is went wrong, how it is going on, so that you're going to say for 10 to 15 minutes. Let's say for each 5 minutes we speak, and then we move on to our topics. So when we say this topic or something I explain here, like say record types already, something on workflows I do, how this workflows could be effectively used in your applications. So that is a key point that you have to think and note it out. Restaurant is my application. Like we all four having different application thing. So you keeping my example as restaurant applications, how can the same example can fit into your application? You have to think through, and that ideas you have to develop. So based on that, what you can do, you can write a scenario. This I can do it. You can send to us, or in the first 15 minutes call, what we'll have at that time you can discuss. Can I bring this there? Will it be useful to me? So I wanted to bring more robust of my applications. It is all your diet working on your applications to become the very familiar or the nice application that you wanted to build. It's just not like simple applications or something that ABC we have that you're going to do it here. So we're going to use each and every opportunities we have. Things here as a topic. We're going to utilize into there. So tomorrow we build the reports and dashboards. Yes, to your application you're going to build a reports and dashboard. To your applications you're going to build an approval process and processable stuff, workflows, actions. So all this we're going to implement on your own project stuffs. So we should be very careful. So when I'm doing it, the same stuff should be matching to your applications. So that we have to make a note. So that's the reason I was like holding on here till let's have an application ready so that all this let it go to our applications, individual applications. And then you will have a users also will create and then add a security to these objects. So for example, Gems's application I'm seeing here, donors medications, we have donor types we have. Now when a staff logs in, what are the high level informations I can see about donor? So when a manager says what level of information I can see about donor. So what should I see? What should I not see? So all that she has to control. Now let's say this guys belong to Mysore branch. Only Mysore's the staff who is having a location as a Mysore, only she can see all this Mysore related information. Yes, you can restrict them and can give additional access. No, this guy can see 5 more cities. No, he can see 10 more cities. How do we do that? That is all comes in data securities and opening up the access to a particular user. Then this and all logs we can when we come to developer chapter we'll see this. Otherwise all application installment or something. And how do you upload the data to your channel, your application, that also we'll see through. Okay, otherwise we're good here. So let me send this to Jamsil. Okay, to the same I'll reply all so that it will be useful to you guys. So I just marking as I'm writing to this to Jamsil. So Jamsil, you have to keep a note to me saying that where it is used, where it is used. So complexity, are you meeting all of them?
Yeah.
And then who would be the target audience? So make sure about the where is the standard object, custom objects is used, and whatever the relationship so far you've used. So if you use lookup,
Yeah.
to which all the objects you have used lookup, to which all the object is master detail. Junction, in which particular case use junction. If junction of type lookup or junction stuff master detail.
Okay.
So all that you're gonna make note and then give me diagram.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're good. So guys, tomorrow we'll connect and start with our case chapter.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
first 15 minutes, yes, of course, as we discussed, onto the project side. If you don't have anything on the project side, okay, we'll continue on the topic. So whatever I completed the topic on the previous day, the next day you will should have an idea on your project what you're gonna do it. That is must.
Yeah.
If something you're implementing or not, but at least an idea should be present that what I'm going to implement on the project side. So that way we are building you to think solution level. How do we do a solution at a Salesforce?
Okay.
Okay, so we'll see you all tomorrow, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, if you have any questions, please shoot to me. Thank you.
Sure.
Bye bye.